How's it going? I'm Charlie Pete, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to talk about vintage wholesale. Everyone's talking about it nowadays, and I get a lot of messages in my inbox on my Instagram about like, how do you do it, where'd you get it from, how'd you get good stuff. And so I thought I'd just talk about that today because I think it's quite relevant in this time, because obviously it's lockdown and people are struggling to find stock and stuff. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So if you've ever been disappointed with stuff that you got from a wholesale, or if you're struggling to find which wholesale is good, or you're trying to find how to get the best stuff and profits, then keep tuning in and this is the video for you. So the first step is how to find a good wholesaler. So in this day and age, it's so easy to be able to find a wholesaler. The best ones I find tend to use the platforms that resellers use and people who own shops use, and that's most of the time it's things like Instagram, Google, obviously, Facebook. But I find Instagram's quite a good one because once you go on their pages on Instagram, you can see on the comments, like a lot of the time you see in comments like, where's a parcel, it's been like 2 years, you're not sent me something yet, and all that kind of stuff. So you can get a good idea from comments that they get how good they are. But there are some red flags. So I'll tell you what happened to me one time when I first started, when I was proper into reselling clothing and stuff. I remember a wholesale company approached me and asked me if I wanted to buy some stuff, and they were gonna do like a nice little bundle for me and stuff. So I thought, oh yeah, cool, that's all right. Like, I didn't know I wanted it, but I guess I wanted it then. So I ordered their Tommy Hilfiger and Ralph Lauren bundle, but they classed it as a mini bundle, so it was only like, I think it's like 20 kilograms or something like that. Anyway, it came and it was shocking, absolutely shocking. Like, stuff was stained. Normally you can get stains in like wholesale stuff, so I'm not gonna say like it has to be perfect, but heavily stained stuff, ripped stuff, really like non-vintage stuff. It was horrendous. I managed to get my money back though, because there was one coat in there which sold for a little bit of money, and then I just ended up bundling it all back up again and selling it to the next man, and told them all about it, all the stains and stuff, and they're happy to pay like, I don't know, like 100 quid for it, because there's quite a lot of stuff in there. But yeah, so within that little story, there's a few red flags I wanted to talk about. So the first one is, if they approach you, then give it a miss. A good wholesaler would never approach you because they're too busy. They've got too many orders going on. Why do they need to come to you? Do you know what I mean? You're just like some little guy who sells on eBay. Do you know what I mean? They don't need to come to you. So that's one big one. Don't go after the ones which try and like sell you in your inbox. You're in the inbox all the time trying to like sell you stuff. First tip. So the second one is offering very small bundle sizes. It's a bit of a weird one, that, because you think, oh, that's nice because they're going to give me a nice little small bundle, I can work with that. But you have to remember, wholesalers, they're not built for you. They're built for people who have shops. They're built for people who buy in big amounts. Like, I'm talking like tons rather than just, you know, like 20 kilogram, 30 kilogram. So if they're offering you a very small bundle, it's more than likely it's going to be just some either crap bits of stuff, or on the day of, they say, oh, well, I need to fulfill this order. Let me just grab a couple of bits off the top and just throw it in. It'll literally have no effort in it. There'll be no care in it at all. So very small bundle sizes is inefficient for a wholesaler, and it'll obviously be very inefficient for you as well. So always watch out for that. And the last one, oof, I bet you've seen these before. Mystery boxes, otherwise known as, let's get rid of crap and put a nice price on it. That's it. Mystery boxes is sold just because we're all like curious, aren't we? All like to know like there's something in there. It's like a lottery ticket, isn't it? We only buy them because we think there may be a chance of winning. We know there's not a massive chance of winning, obviously, but because there's that element of surprise, you think you can open up the box and be like, oh, it's a Gucci tee, amazing. But you're never ever gonna get a Gucci tee in a mystery box. Even when you get these ones which you spend like £1,000 on them, trust me, you're not gonna get a Gucci tee, so forget about it. It's a tactic which wholesalers use to get rid of stock very quickly. Instead of sending it to the ragmen and getting it all like destroyed, they can just get rid of like the real crappy bits of stuff and just send it your way. Maybe throw in a couple of nice things just to make you feel like you're not being ripped off, but that's about it. So they're in the inbox, giving you big licks, and then they say, oh, I'll give you a mystery box for free, and I'll tell you what, I'll give you a 10k bundle. Just walk away, block them. Just say, not today, Satan, forget about it. I don't need you in my life, do you know what I mean? Forget about it. Okay, second, when it comes to wholesaling, is try and focus on the handpick element. So, what I mean by that is, in wholesale world, they have two types. So you have the bundles and you have the handpickers. In reality, they get a lot of their money from the people who buy in big chunks, so like big tons and stuff like that. So the handpick element is a way to kind of be able to be a bit more personal with your stock, because at the end of the day, they're not really bothered about you. Do you know what I mean? They're not going to go around and pick a bundle out for you and say, I know Charlie Pete wants one, so Derek, can you just dig in that box there and just find all the best like Tommy stuff, and like, or make sure you throw in some really like vintage, you know, band tees and stuff, because you know what, Pete's our mate. No one's your mate. They're trying to make money, and that's it. If you can go to a handpick, you can then be in control of the bundle that you get. Now, obviously, I know what people are going to say is there's no handpick places around them, there's none of this, that stuff. But there are wholesalers who do video handpicks. Obviously, because of lockdown that we're in right now, they've had to pivot and work out how to still provide a really good service with the limited options that they've got. So handpicking is such a powerful way to be able to be in control of the stock you get. Now, the only thing about handpicking is it's a little bit more expensive. So again, you've just got to be very careful what you pick up and how good your knowledge is of all that kind of stuff. So yeah, focus on handpick will help you a lot. So the third thing I want to talk about is research. Research is so key. What I see a lot is people leave keywords on the table. So when you list it on eBay or you list it on Depot or whatever, people leave so many keywords on the table. Things like single stitch, the year it was made, 87, 95, whatever. Is it a reverse weave? Is it all? There's all these little things you can mention, but people leave them off the table, and the people who need to find it ain't gonna find it. And the people who are looking for that kind of stuff, and the collectors and stuff like that, they're looking for those keywords. And if you're not actually using those keywords, they're not gonna find it. So let's say you get a bundle and you've done a handpick, or you've even done like a bundle, like you just ordered one from one of their websites. Go through every single piece of clothing, every single piece. It takes time. The time is where the money is made. If you can go through every single piece and look at every single one and check it on eBay, you would check it on Depot and use like different research tools, which I'm about to tell you. If you do that and go through every individual piece, you might find an absolute treasure. I've had it so many times where I've been just digging through a bundle and there's been one thing out there where they've overlooked it. They've just it's even picked up as like a double pick. Like they've picked up one t-shirt, it's actually two at once, and you found like, and it's an absolute grail. Focus on researching every single piece. It's boring. It might be boring. I love doing it, but it might be boring to you. But that's one of the most valuable pieces of information I can give you. Research every piece, and you'll be surprised what you find. And within that, you get educated, so then you can look for more stuff later on. The tools I use when I'm doing like my research and stuff. The first one is a website called vintagefashionguild.com. Now, Vintage Fashion Guild, it's not super complete, but it's about as complete as you're gonna get with certain things, because as with anything, it gets updated as it can do. But I find that it's absolutely incredible. Like, let's say you find like a Nike t-shirt and for some reason it's got a blue tag on it. You don't see a blue tag very often. You're always used to like red tags and like your standard like grey tag, but you've seen one with a blue tag, you're like, oh, that's different. Oh, it looks like it's made in the UK as well. You can go on Vintage Fashion Guild, type in Nike tag, and it'll come up with all the tags that have been inputted by people. And you can then cross-reference that tag with obviously the ones that you see on the website. So blue tags tended to be like 80s, I believe. The made in UK ones, I'm not too sure. It might have been like the start of the 80s or the end of the 80s. But you can then learn what year that is. And when you find out what year it is, like when you find certain Nike white tags and when you find like certain Adidas tags which are made in like West Germany or Austria, or ones that are made in like Hungary or something like that, you can find out that people collect certain ones. Like West Germany things, like for example Adidas, makes a lot more money than your standard one that's made in China, which is like from like 2010. It's really worth just digging in and getting some knowledge through that way. eBay research. Even if you don't sell in it, it's one of the biggest databases of data of clothing ever. So you can literally find anything. I picked up a t-shirt a few days ago and it just looks like a standard t-shirt. It's got a nice graphic on it of like a couple of mosquitoes and stuff and a bit of a innuendo on there. So it's hilarious. I checked that on eBay. But that t-shirt has sold, I think it was about 2 months ago, it sold for £70. Now, I could have put that on for 20 quid. When you can then look at research and actually pick out and see, oh, actually, there is something about this one in particular, and eBay will tell you all the things you need to know. eBay's research, you can go back about 3 months and you can build your research and then you can work out and just be like a bit of detective work and stuff and work out, is this valuable? Or is it just like a nice standard one I can sell for like a nice bread and butter price? So yeah, research is absolutely key. Honestly, I'll probably go in every video that I ever do and talk about research at one point because it is so important. So obviously, if you're still looking into research, how to like really get into it and like see what the bare bones of what clothing sells, I will be doing a video next week of what I've sold this last week and just show you like just an idea, gives you an idea of like things that sell quite nicely, sell quite fast as well. The fourth thing is learn what a kilo looks like. Now it sounds stupid. when it comes to a kilogram of clothing, it looks very different depending on what clothing you get. A kilogram of t-shirts would be about 4 t-shirts, I think. 5 t-shirts maybe. So if you're getting 20 kilogram worth of t-shirts, you're gonna end up getting about 100 t-shirts. But if you're getting like a 20 kilogram of jackets, you're probably gonna get 20 jackets, 25 jackets maybe, depending on like how big they are. You need to just think about what you're picking up. People get surprised when it comes through the door and it's a box smaller than they thought, or it's a box way bigger than they thought. So get used to the size of different clothes. Like t-shirts are like what, 200 to 300 grams. Jackets, you know, a lot bigger there. Like sometimes it can be like a kilo. So yeah, just work out what the kilos are and just know what to expect when it comes. I mean, it's trial and error with all these things. You could buy something and it goes wrong, but I'm here to say like there are good wholesalers out there, so don't lose faith. And if you can, build some relationship with them, just find one and just talk to them and go there and get used to it. And yeah, it's a good way to source, especially in this lockdown period. It's a really good way to source. So as you work on understanding what things sell, like building your knowledge on like particular items, going through every individual piece, you're gonna get some good profits from that. And that's just science. Do you know what I mean? That's just pure science. So next week I'll be doing a video on what sells fast for me. So if you want to subscribe, tune in and you'll be able to like look at that one. But yeah, I just enjoy clothing. As you can see, I've got bare clothing behind me. I love clothing. It's like one of the easiest things to store, easiest things to do. So yeah, tune in next week and you'll find out a bit more. So peace out. Have a good week.